More about context. So everyone here, who here owns a brick and mortar gym? Here's my quick thing on brand, and then I'll get to all the stuff I'm gonna draw. Brand isn't actually a thing. It's an association we make between things that we know and things that people don't know, which is usually our company. If you think about a brand like a bouquet of flowers isn't actually a thing. It's many things put together, and then we put it in our heads as an idea as one. But it's not actually anything. Because if you spill it on the floor, it's not a bouquet anymore. Think of a brand as a bouquet of flowers, but it's your bouquet of flowers. And what you're putting inside of that bouquet are the individual, intangible ideas that you want to associate together with the thing that people don't know about, which is usually your company, right? And so if I were to say some things about my brand, you'd probably know that I have the best calves ever, right? So that would be something that's like associated with my brand. There'd probably be some things like dessert. That's something that's associated with my brand. Now, those are like fun little doodads, but hopefully some of the things that you really associate with my brand are giving first, providing value, being patient. And so there are these intangible things that we associate. And the thing is that like if I were standing on stage next to, let's say, a guy who owns a brothel and a drug dealer, you would associate my brand with that. And the reason brand and reputation is so hard to maintain is because so many people want to rub their shit on yours. So let me give you an idea here. So let's say, here's my bouquet. Then I've got this sad flower. So this is a sad face flower. There's my sad flower. If I handed my wife this bouquet, all of the roses are perfect, and there's this one that's just wilted and dead. It looks a lot different, right? The bouquet, the brand, the perception of it massively shifts even with one fucked up flower. And so that's why creating a brand is much more about cultivating deliberately the associations you want to make with the thing you have that people don't know, with the things that your ideal audience likes, that you want them to like too. Strategy is a big, fluffy, amorphous word that gets tossed around a lot, and no one knows what the fuck it means, but it's probably important. And in my opinion, it is the most important. But I'm gonna give you a different definition for this to make it a little bit more useful, okay? Strategy is just prioritizing. In layman's terms, it's what's gonna get us the most bang for the buck. If you want the fancy definition that I have, it's how you choose to allocate resources that are limited against unlimited options. That is strategy. And the tough part about this, about strategy in general, is that when you're looking here, you have all these options. Strategy is figuring out, actually there's one that's right here that takes us off the page. Because the most costly thing in business isn't just the unknowns, but it's the unknown unknowns. There's only 8 ways to get customers. You got warm outreach, you've got cold outreach, you got paid ads, you got content. These are the only 4 things that you can do. So if you claim that you're constrained because everything's amazing about your gym and your trainers aren't sleeping with each other and the gym's really clean and people don't churn and you're priced appropriately, these are the only 4 things you can do. You can either post content, do warm reach outs, do cold reach outs, or run paid ads. I like to quantify this by the rule of 100, which means you either spend $100 a day on ads, you do 100 cold outreaches, you do 100 warm outreaches, or you do 100 minutes of content. You do it every day. And if you want to get there faster, do more. If you're not doing this stuff, what are you doing? And the amount that you get will be directly proportional to how much of this stuff you do. OP is other people. You've got your customers who can refer you people. You've got affiliates who can send you people. You've got employees who work for you. And then you've got agencies. Those are the other 4 types of people who can get you the stuff. If you think about it, any of these 4 do these on your behalf. This, by the way, is leverage. If I can go get my customers to tell everybody about my book, then I won't have to. If I can get affiliates, all the chiropractor places in a 5-mile radius from my gym and all the massage studios in a 5-mile radius from my gym, to just give a free month with any new customer they have, because they know that I will treat them right, then I can just have 200 different businesses that come to me. Now, do those 200 businesses come out of the sky? Nope. What would you do? Warm reach outs, cold reach outs, run ads, or make content targeting those people. Then they'd come, and then they do those things on your behalf. Agency will do those things on your behalf. Or if you do all that stuff, then you cold outreach, warm outreach, paid ads, make content to get employees. And then the employees will do those things on your behalf. Is this simplifying some shit? So when we're thinking about all the objectives, all the things we could potentially do, it has to map to one of these 3 objectives, which is 1, how is this thing that we're gonna spend time, money, effort on gonna get us more customers? 2, how is this thing that we're gonna spend time, money, and effort on get us increased LTGP, make them worth more? Or 3, how is the time, energy, et cetera, going to decrease the risk that this does not continue to happen in the future? Which is another way of translating how do we increase the enterprise value overall. So for example, if you do all of this stuff, that's great. Still really risky, because if you die, the business dies. Now, if we have to hire someone to do the same thing as you, is it gonna get more of either of these? Probably not. Will it make the thing more valuable? Absolutely. Imagine 2 people. 5 million top line, 5 million top line. 2 million in bottom line, 2 million in bottom line. This guy is a single owner, runs all the day-to-day, has lots of minions, no one with real brains, and they just do what he says, okay? If this person dies, the business dies. This guy has a team that runs the whole thing, and he makes $2 million in income from the business, but it doesn't require him. Who's richer? This guy. Question is, how much richer? A lot. This guy, because he doesn't have to do anything, means that somebody else could also not have to do anything and also collect that $2 million a year, which means his thing is probably worth, depending on what type of industry it's in, 10, 15, sometimes $20 million. And so when this guy, here's where the leverage comes in, big L, if you go from $2 million a year to $3 million a year in income, he just added $10 million to his net worth. This guy is concerned about all of the tax evasion strategies because he's trying to maximize his income and forgetting the fact that the asset is the thing that's going to build his net worth. This took me a really long time to learn. Like, an absurdly long time. Everything I did was all about like, how do I take the income I have, be more efficient with it, blah, 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 blah. When it's really like you become wealthy from the shit you own, not the shit you do.